The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
Darnold on first down. And his first pass is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. That one good for 37 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. From 10 yards out, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And again this time to the tailback. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touch.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
On first down, it's Newton. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4 for 4 on the opening. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
Keep it rolling.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Now a draw play. This is Bell. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. And that's complete to Adams. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Darnold now to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Newton. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
64, weak.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to look deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now on 2nd and 13. Newton trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now they try the right side here. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. At the 22-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Newton now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. To throw is Newton. He may try and run for this.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. At their own 14-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 1st down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Darnold completes it. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle. From just shy of midfield, Darnold throwing left side here, and it's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now it's Darnold. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Got an open man. It's a Newton one. A gain there of 21 yards.
Here we go.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw is Darnold. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Darnold now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now a handoff here to his running back. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
To throw again on 2nd down, Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Newton throwing again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Newton now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
You got it. You got it.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Newton. It's complete to Watt. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Newton. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Again, Newton. Completes it to Watt. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't a crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 16, Newton. And this is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here's Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Darnold. And Noodle's got it, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. On first down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now this throw caught left side. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Darnold. A screen to Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short. And it's... Fourth down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. Now the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Newton. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh 1st. You and I have talked about it before, but what about the year this guy's had on the ground? You come in as a rookie and in the discussion as MVP.
And people have always told me, running back, one of the easiest positions to break in, but not to this level. If you're talking MVP, that means he's had a sensational season.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Newton now to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Newton to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah,
what happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and inches. Darnold, that's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Got a man, it's Brashon Perriman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Jet 1st down, 18 big yards that time. A 1st down throw, Darnold. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Newton. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. And, my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Ready! 50 seconds to mark.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Jenkins. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Anunwa, the intended target, and that'll make it third down. The Jets on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. To throw is Darnold, and that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Caught here by Griffin. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for 1 more first down to help salt this one away. Out of the gun, Newton. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw, Newton. Got him in, it's Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So now this pass brought in by Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Ready. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Throwing here, Newton. And the catch made by Johnson. A gain of 6 there on first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
He's coming, double up.
Newton throwing again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.